I'm Tasha with Body Sculpt, and this is Heidi. So if you're following our workouts in the paper, today's video is actually the first workout in the series. So we're going to just explain what the format is, and then Heidi's going to actually do a breakdown of what each of the exercises are. So if you're sitting at home wondering how to actually do the workout, we'll take you through it. So the format of the workout is that there's actually 12 exercises, and you're going to go through and you're going to do each of the exercises once, and then you're going to repeat it as many times as you feel is comfortable for your fitness level. So what we're encouraging you to do is to do each exercise for anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute, depending on your personal level of fitness, and then taking at least a 15-second break between each exercise. Take more if you need it, and if you find that you need additional breaks throughout your workout, definitely take them. So we're going to get started with the first exercise, which was jack. So Heidi's going to demo what a half jack is. So the low impact version is here. Just bringing your arms out to the side and stepping it out. Second modification, you just do a normal jack. And then the third level modification that we train to is touching the floor, keeping your knees back from your toes, so you're not hyperextending your knees. The second exercise that is in this workout is squat. So once you've done that for 30 seconds to a minute, your jacks, then you're going to take a little break and move on to squats. Keeping your knees back from your toes, keeping your chest up, head up, keeping that nice form, making sure that you're not bringing your knees past your toes, because then you're going to create some damage there. Third exercise is push-ups, and we're just going to take you through 3 versions of this one. So you can either do a tabletop push-up, so Heidi's going to demo that one. There is one that you can do against the wall as well. We have a push-up video that you can check that out. So hinging at the hips, knees underneath your hips, and bringing your nose down towards the ground, keeping a nice flat plane between the tip of the head and the base of the spine. Second version that we're going to teach to today is in a half plank. So from the knees, you're going to have a straight plank form from the top of the head all the way down to the knees, keeping the core engaged, hands underneath your shoulders, nice and strong. And then if you choose to, you do not have to, you can go to the full version of the push-up from the toes, nice plank all the way through, from the tip of the head through the back, into the glutes, into the hamstrings, all the way down to the ankles, nice and straight. So that is your third exercise, whatever form of workout you want to do there, whichever modification you pick, which works for you. The fourth exercise we're going to do is a crunch. So we're working our core now. So we've just finished some cardio, some lower body, some upper body, and now we're going to work our core. So elbows out to the side, you can see Heidi's here, chin is up, about an apple or fist distance between the chest and the chin, and knees are about parallel distance apart. They're parallel, but they're hip distance apart. And you're just going to bring the shoulders up off the ground, contracting the belly button in towards the spine, keeping that nice and engaged, because that's where you're going to get the work, and then lowering. Things you want to avoid is using your fingertips to yank your head up. You don't want to do that. We're bringing your elbows out. Keep that nice form. Make the core do the work, not the neck. You'll thank me for that tomorrow. So then once you've done this this exercise, we're going to move on to skaters. So coming back up, be careful with any dizziness as you get back up off the floor. If you do suffer some dizziness there, make sure you take a moment, just breathe, have some water, have water throughout the whole workout. Skaters is your next exercise. So we're back to the cardio portion. So we're going to do skaters, which is just stepping side to side or jumping if you're ready for it. So you're using your arms for momentum, drive them across the body, and just jumping as wide as you can, getting the legs nice and out there from the body. Go as fast as you feel you can. So we're moving on to leg portion, and what we're going to do now is calf raises. So soft knees, keeping a nice form from the shoulders back and down, your shoulder blades fall nicely in towards your hips, all the way down through the knees into the ankles, and you're just lowering and lifting at the ankles, or at the heels. Your next exercise that we're going to do is bicep curls. So you're going to need a pair of weights for this. And now if you don't have weights, feel free to use, you've heard people say use soup cans, it'll work, whatever you want to do. So you want your feet about hip distance apart, soft knees, your shoulders are back and down, and you've got a pelvic tilt, which is just bringing the pelvis forward. And that takes any strain off the lower back. Now we're just going to bicep curl, bringing the weights up towards our biceps and then lowering them back down nice and slow. What you don't want to do is lock at the bottom. Don't lock your joints in any position in this exercise at all. Going back to our core. This time we're going to do sit-ups. Now Now, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. If you're not comfortable doing a sit-up, for a long time people thought that a sit-up could actually cause more injury than good, which is not necessarily the case if done properly. If you're not comfortable with your fitness level, please do the crunch instead, but if you feel that you can progress to a sit-up, we encourage you to do so if you can do it safely. Now, what we want to do here, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. Your knees are in the same position as you were in the crunch, hip distance apart, belly button down to the spine, engaging your core. Fingertips at your ears, elbows out to the side, and that chin is lifted. Now what you want to do is same as a sit-up, but you're going to, same as a crunch, but you're going to bring the upper body all the way up, and you're going to peel your spine off the ground as if you're pulling Velcro right up off the floor, all the way up. Now, this is very tough. There's a couple different things that you can do to make this easier or more doable, is to bring your arms more forward to provide that leverage. So you can, and then coming back down. So using your arms as momentum in front of you. Perfectly fine to do that. Next level of modification will be crossing them across your chest. If this is still too challenging, you can actually put weights in your hands. I'm going to pass Heidi some weights here. And you can use this, and the weights will actually provide the momentum to pull you up in your push-up. Your sit-up. Good. Our next exercise, again, we're coming to a standing position from a laying down position, so please be careful with your heart rate. If you feel any dizziness, watch yourself. So what we're going to do now is jump rope. So just pretend that you're just a little kid again and you've got your own skipping rope and you're just going and having a good time. So you're just using your toes to propel energy up through your body, just jumping up and down. Now modifications for this, if you're looking for a low impact version, is to do calf raises. So back to that calf raise option that we just talked about. Your next lower body is lunges. So for this one, what we're actually going to do is train to a forward lunge. So we're going to take a step forward. So Heidi's going to take 1 foot forward, and she's got perfect form here. I'm going to stop her right here. What we're looking for is the knee over top of the ankle here. Her hips are parallel, and her back knee is directly underneath her hip, and that is that nice 90-degree angle all the way through. Notice her upper body, her core is engaged. She's got her shoulders back and down, and her shoulders are coming down nicely down towards her hips, creating that flat back. Her head is nice and straight, and she's going to press back, and then she's going to step forward with the other leg. These exercises, when it comes to lower bodies such as lunges and squats, unless you're specifically trained otherwise or your trainer is telling you to do something specific, it's about doing it in good form. It's not about doing it fast. So you can even put your hand on a chair or against a wall to make sure that your knees are not coming past your toes and that you've got that good form happening. Next exercise, we're going to get Heidi to grab some weights. We're going to do a forward raise and a lateral raise. So you're just going to alternate doing a forward raise and a lateral raise. So what you're going to do is feet are a little bit more than hip distance apart. Soft knees, that same pelvic tilt we talked about earlier. Shoulders are back and down. You're just going to bring your weights forward, up, chest height, no further. If you can see your weights in your eyes, it's too high. Get them down to the chest. That's as high as you need to go. Lowering down, and then you're going to bring them out to the side in a lateral raise. So coming out to the side, shoulder height, no higher, and then lowering back down. Keeping your shoulders back and down. That core is always engaged. Remember to pull your belly button into your spine and keeping that pelvic tilt to take the strain off the lower back. And then we're moving into our last exercise, which is a plank. So back to our core, coming down to the ground, on the toes or the knees. Your choice, wherever your fitness level will take you. And your forearms are on the ground, elbows underneath your shoulders, creating that nice flat back from the head all the way down through to the knees. Now, what we don't want to see is your head lifted up. Please don't look up. Keep that spine in neutral position. All the way down, nice and straight, if you're at your knees or at your toes, wherever you choose to take that plank. And if you need to take additional rest, please do so. So that is your workout. There are 12 exercises. So do them 30 seconds to a minute, wherever you're at. Take breaks when you need them. Please drink lots of water and warm up and cool down as you need to. We've got warm up and cool downs posted on the site. We encourage you to take a look at those or just do whatever you need to do. Just make sure you do at least 3 to 5 minutes of light cardio before doing anything to warm up your muscles. All right, we look forward to seeing you next time.